In this video, we'll be looking at how to find the sector area of a circle. The first thing you're going to need to know when finding the sector area is the equation for the area of a circle, which is A equals pi r squared. You're also going to need to know the basic angles and radian values for the unit circle, which are listed inside this circle right here on the inside. Make sure you know all of those. And so for solving for the sector area, we're going to try to find an equation for it. And so we're going to derive that from the normal area equation. And how we're going to do that is we're going to make it so we can use any angle or radian value and not just 2 pi, which is the value for a full circle. So what we can do is, since this equation is the equation for the area, that can kind of unsimplify into 2 pi over 2 times r squared, because 2 pi is the radian value for a full circle. Now if we don't want to use a full circle, we just want to use a certain amount of an angle, we can just substitute 2 pi for theta. This means that our sector area equation will become theta over 2 times r squared. Now in the equation we just got, theta can only be used for radian values, and so if you have your values in angles instead of radians, you can use this conversion equation to find the area, which is A equals your theta in degrees over 2 multiplied by pi over 180 times r squared, and that will give you the area for this, or that will give you the sector area. Now let's try an example. Here we have a circle with a radius of 8, and the sector area we're trying to find is a 45-degree angle off of the x-axis, so it's this little area right in there. It's a 45-degree angle, and the radian value is for 45 degrees is pi over 4. So if we plug that into our equation, that'll give us that the area equals pi over 4 over 2 times 8 squared, which simplifies down to pi over 8 times 8 squared, which further simplified down, we can cross out those, and that will come back to equal 8 pi, which is the answer for the area of that sector of the circle anyways. Now let's try a little bit of a harder example. In this problem, we have a circle with a radius of 2, and the sector area that we're trying to find is in between the angles or radian values of pi fourths, or pi over 4, and 3 pi over 4, which is this red area right there. Now since we have 2 radian values, we can't just plug it into the equation, so we have to find what angle this is. That's what we're going to try to look for. To do that, we're just going to subtract the values from each other, or the small one from the big one. So the big one is 3 pi over 4, and we're just going to go minus pi over 4, and that will give us pi over 2, which also equals 90 degrees, but we're just going to stick with pi over 2 because we like to use the radian values, they're less messy. Now if we plug it into our equation, we get A equals pi over 2 times 2 squared. That'll simplify out to equal pi over 4 times 4. And those will both just cross out, and so the sector area is just pi. And that's about how you do it. Thank you for watching. Have fun doing some more math.